Hi everyone. I made this journal in the last few days. I just finished putting in the signatures this morning and I'm starting to put a few little things in there. It's a really junky, trashy journal. I saw a bit of bird song making a journal out of cardboard and I thought I'm going to try that too. I'm kind of steering or leaning towards the soft covered journal instead of the hard cover, and it just feels so nice and squishy in your hands. I absolutely love it. So anyway, I made this one with, of course, the cardboard. So I'll just open it up this way. Hopefully you can see that. Let me see. Yeah, scooch out a little bit. So yeah, I just grabbed some cardboard and I didn't really do any measuring. I grabbed a lot of my fabrics. I've got a ton of fabrics. I used to do a lot of quilting, but there are just so many blankets a person can have. And I've got denim. I've got an old shirt. This is a tablecloth. This is, I think, from my grandma. This is really super old, this green one. I took some embroidery thread and just randomly went around a piece of denim here. And I've got a ton of yo-yos. I made probably 100 of them in the last few years. And I just put them in a jar because I knew I was going to use them for decorating in my paper crafts. So I made these. I glued them on, but then I also tacked the side, and not in the same color of embroidery thread. I just grabbed whatever I had. I think it was purple, and I did all three of them. And then on the edge here, I put in 2 eyelets, and then I took a piece of this cotton fabric and I tore a strip, and then I went through the 2 holes and tied a knot. From there, I used this blue metal ring, and from there, I made a few embellishments this morning. And check this one out. I've got a lot of these. I've got this huge puzzle box, very old, of Canada, and I punched a hole in the top there and added some rickrack, buttons. These are beads from a doll that my grandma made for me in the 70s. This is a beautiful porcelain bead as well. And this little golden ring comes from my grandparents' 40th anniversary. That was a long time ago, and they've been gone for a long time. So that's kind of precious to me. I did 3 signatures, and I just did a 3-hole punch. The spine is quite wide at about 3 1/4. So the 3 signatures, I didn't put much in there because I wanted this journal to be kind of like an art journal. The papers inside are definitely those that I wanted to just throw in the garbage. I didn't want them. I didn't know what to do with them. But I thought I'm going to try and incorporate them into a new journal. And I was successful. I absolutely love it. So this brown paper here is from the grocery store. This is what lines the boxes that, in the cases that hold the bananas. And there are empty boxes at the end of the tills so you can grab them for your groceries. And they always leave these in there. They're amazing. They're so nice and thick. I've got a ton of them. I love them and I use them. Anyway, so inside, before any of this was in here, inside I painted with just some yellow acrylic paint, and then I thought, well, that's kind of loud, so I grabbed some blue, put it on top, and then of course it turned a bit of green. And I like the roughness of the edge. You can see the zigzag sewing, you see some of the yellow, and it just looks grungy. It's amazing. I love it. So in here, this brown piece here, I have one at the back as well. This is a pair of denim pants. that I've had in my stash for many years for quilting. And I actually just turned I used the inside of the jeans, which I thought looks a lot richer than this. I have made denim quilts before, just exposing the inside of the denim, and it's a game changer. A game changer, I guess it just looks different and it doesn't look worn. So yeah, I really love doing that. Then I grabbed some of this. I think you've probably seen me use this recently. I've made some folded fabrics like this. Like this. I made a few of these, but I did have some left over and I thought I would make a pocket. I grabbed an old tag that I made a couple of years ago, so I'll just pop that in there. And then I had one of these Dr. Seuss cards in blue, so he can sit there. This here is from Home Depot, the paint section, where they have beautiful illustrations of what your home could look like if you use their painting products. And I decided to cut them down and wrap them around the first part of the signature, sew them. And yeah, I really think it makes a beautiful signature front. And then I just grabbed one of these. I put a bulb pin on the front. So when I sewed around this part here, I wound up having an upside down pocket. So I had made these the other day and I decided to slip that in. Still a ton more decorating to do in here, but I just finished putting it together and I was just excited to show you. So again, just old papers. This is so old. I think I bought this at Staples about 25 years ago. I just opened up the package last night. Here's the decorating with green and sage. Now I didn't want the company name down here, the paint company, so I just got I took some coffee dyed paper, ripped it down, and just sewed that down. And here's the other side. So these papers are amazing. This, you can just leave it as is because it looks nice, or it's really stable. You can gesso over it and just do some art journaling if you want. So these are really old papers as well, from an electric company. Before I turn the camera on, I made some colored tape or aged tape, and I just wanted to use some just to close these a bit. I used a little bit of glue to extend the page from the left to the right, and I just wanted to use this to close it a little bit better, and it just gives it more, just looks better, I think. So we keep going on. Again, more here. Let's get another piece here. I think I wanted more than just 3, but that's okay. Made a pocket, like I lengthened the paper and then I folded it over and just sewed this down before putting the signatures in. This is a combination of just 2 papers from this cookbook that I have that are all shiny pictures, and I decided to use that. I was going to throw the book out, but decided, nope, I'm going to repurpose. Here's a really tiny little piece here. Another pocket, 2 pockets. Why don't we put this guy in here? Should he go in there? I'm not sure. Oh, I know. I made this for this. So I made this quite a while ago, probably last year. And of course it's loosening up a little bit here because I just used just some, I don't know, Elmer's glue, or obviously it's not holding as well as it should. So I just wanted to do that. And it adds character. So you have to find a spot for that. Nice cardstock. Another pocket. Some old letters. I think this is where I wanted another one. close the page down. And you can always use just the regular masking or regular clear tape without staining it. That's fine too. Here's the other side of that Home Depot color card. And the end of signature one. I keep forgetting to use these paper doilies. So when I turned around, looked up on the top shelf and saw them, I grabbed one, cut it in half. Here's the second signature, another Home Depot color card with a fabric scrunchie. When I turned that one over, I wound up getting a pocket on the back. So I put an older tag that I made. I believe I made it at the same time I did this one. I made a whole master board. So she can go in there. Some corduroy topping. I'm really excited to work in this one, but I do have 2 others on the go. Let me know if you have more than one journal on the go. Am I the only one that works out of more than just one? I think I get excited to just experience the different vibe that each journal gives me. So here's one that I need to close down. Maybe I'll use some yarn to close that one down in another video. 2 small ones. You can always add a piece of paper to this, staple it down, bring it over like this, staple it down. So this doesn't have to stay like this, right? There are always options. This one's a real paper patchwork Frankenstein page. Frankenstein or Franken page? An old kid's book. I keep using this. I thought I was only going to use a couple pages out of this, but they keep surfacing and I quite like it. It's colorful, so yeah, it does well in this book. And this one's a combination of 2 again. And there's the end of the second signature. And the third one is again another color card from the Home Depot, and I have a piece of fabric here and I just stamped a date on it. There's the inside spine. That's what it was originally looked like before I put the fabric on it. This did not turn out to be a pocket, but that's fine. Looks beautiful. I can journal here. I did some circle sewing and I decided to clip that there. A color card and then just a scrap piece of paper extended, and then I just sewed it on. This is my pension paper. Decided to sew that in there. I usually throw that out, but I can gesso over that. These are shiny paper, so again, I can gesso over it or just glue something else on it. Glue a note on there or some ephemera. And I did my signatures starting from the inside, and then I wound up, of course, ending in the inside. Did a couple of knots, and I cut the cording quite short. It's waxed cording, and I'll just show you that. I got it off of Amazon. Can't remember what I paid, and I don't have a link. But this is it. There's a ton of it. This is going to last forever. I bought this last year. There's the other side of that color card. Really pretty, nice and thick paper. You can rip these off and gesso over it, or you can just leave it. It's nice just looking at the colors, right? And here's another one that I made a long time ago. And this is the end of that. So let's see if I can put, I wonder if this will fit. I think it will. There. Always changing. I can always add things. I love this. I want to just a shout out to Lynn, a bit of bird song. Thank you so much for inspiring me to just get out my junk and turn it into something beautiful. I absolutely love it. It feels so nice in my hands. It's, oh, I just love it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.